Smells like Poke Puffs and video games. Man, it's been a while. River, how's it been? Weird stuff happened while I was away? Anything crazy going on? You still angry about that whole Star Tropics thing? That was like over a year ago. I know you'll forgive me. Plus, I've got a ton to tell you about where I've been, what I've seen, the things I've done, what I've eaten. Your little Pokemon brain's gonna explode. Okay, let me actually get my talking points really quick. Hey River, by the way, what happened to all my games? Oh my god, Aaron, what did you do to your hair? I know, it looks good, right? Man, I haven't been on camera in forever, so I don't know what to say. That's why I got my talking points. Remember this thing? It was on memorable tropical deserty locations. It said, oh yeah, here's to another year of doing videos. Let's see where that ended up. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on camera, that's for sure. But I have been taking footage of videos of the things that I've been doing, where I've been, and I just felt, I guess it was time to kind of update you guys of where I've been, what I've been doing, the things that I've been up to. I did want to start writing scripts again, but life happened. You know, I've been super busy at work, working 6-day work weeks, working 40+ hours, making that quiche, if you know what I mean. I've definitely been thinking about starting the channel up again for a while. Since I don't even remember what my last video was. I think it was some lame unboxing video. It was Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I think, was like my last strong video. I don't know how many of you were around for this short period of time that I was into streaming. I streamed on Twitch for a little bit.
Okay, we did this. Did it. Now I have to figure out what. Of course.
That was a thing. I kind of all of a sudden had this resurgence, this reinterest, and maybe wanting to put out videos again. It's not a guarantee, but we'll talk more about that later. So for now, let me talk about where I've been. Earlier in the year, when did I upload my last video? I think it was sometime, I think if I recall correctly, the unboxing video, I think was like 10 months ago. I still look fondly back on my old videos. I was just rewatching them to try to catch up on any continuity or any lore that I might have like sprinkled in. A lot of my videos, if a lot of you don't know, because I know I tend to put the title cards at the end. Me personally, when the title cards on a video show up, I tend to just like click off the video. But what I do for like the more diligent fans, if I even have any fans, I set a little like a clip at the end to kind of like now you guys are all gonna go back and watch them to the end. Watch one of my super earlier videos. It was me like having a nightmare about being stalked by a copy of Rune Factory, Tides. What the heck was the name of that game? Tides of something. Then I did that April Fool's thing where Rune Factory is like a better game than Legend of Zelda. So there's this little lore and continuity going on, but with the strong character. Yeah, so go back and watch some of my older videos to the end and see if you can find any continuity errors or any lore that might be going on in the universe of Strong's life. I want to talk more about what I've done from the beginning of the year. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, my math is correct, January was my last unboxing video. During that time, I've been planning a trip for almost 2 years with my friend to Japan, and we went in April, the end of April towards like the beginning of May. We ended up being there for about 2 weeks, and man, it was the trip of a lifetime. I cannot express how much fun I had during this trip. It was such an experience, and everything that I've seen in anime, everything that you think you know, if you've never been to Japan, the things that you think you know about Japan, you're pretty much 90% correct. Anime has been a big part of my life, and it's portrayed the country very accurately. So a lot of things they do differently over there is the transit system. Not a lot of working families have their own vehicles, because what they do is they take the subway system, or they take trains. And man, is taking the subway and trains so fun. Everybody is very respectful in Japan. And being in the subway is like, while having a day of just walking around and exploring the city and going to these random little shops, and then going to the subway where it's quiet. Walking in the streets, there's no garbage. There's no trash walking around in Japan. There's no garbage. There's no alleyways that smell like urine and like freaking downtown LA where it's just super weird to be over there like alone. But in Japan, there's lights everywhere at night. There's always something to illuminate like some dark parts of the area. The food, oh my god, the food is so freaking delicious. We had ramen at least every other night. And this one place that we went to, Ichiban Ramen, it was an underground ramen shop. And the wait, every time we went, so we went there like 3 or 4 times. The wait time in line was probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours waiting. So waiting in line for this ramen shop, oh my gosh, it was freaking worth the wait, worth the time. So what we would do is we were in line, and then we went. It would take us to this staircase. They would take us to this staircase, and very, very formal. So we're heading down the staircase, and so once we're at the bottom of the staircase, we go into this hallway. There's a vending machine. In this vending machine, you select the ingredients you want in your ramen. So you buy a meal, and you press the button for the meal, or you obviously put in your money, you press the button for the meal, and then you add your extra toppings, and it spits out these tickets. And once they call your table, which are like these cubicles with dividers, that you can like move the dividers if you're sitting with friends, but you have like your own little space, this cubicle, and in front of you, at the bar stool, in front of you is this like a straw mat that they can raise and lift. Is the kitchen on the other side of that. And so they come in and they greet you. People in Japan are super formal, they're super respectful, which is what I really like. Everybody minds their own business. So anyways, they come and greet you, and you present them with the tickets. They prepare it for you, and they say, "I'll be back." And then they bring your meal. Extra egg. If you go to Japan and go for ramen, extra egg. Always go for the extra egg, the extra garlic. Man, you're gonna smell, but it's gonna be worth it, and it's so freaking delicious. Where we stayed was in Shinjuku. We pretty much stayed like in the heart of the bustling side of Japan. Like, there's a lot of warehouse stores. There's a lot of gambling and pachinko buildings. Pachinko is huge in Japan. I didn't think it was gonna be such a big deal when we went. And so pachinko is such a big deal. There's a ton of arcades, and then obviously we spent a lot of time in Akihabara hunting for anime figures, looking for video games. During that time is when I kind of felt like, alright, I'm gonna take this break a little longer from YouTube so that I can enjoy my time, not have to worry about playing a game for fun. So we spent a lot of time in Akihabara. We had takoyaki. We had taiyaki, crepes. Oh, those crepes were freaking delicious. Super delicious crepes. And we went to a lot of shrines. We went to the Sensoji Temple, which is like, when you think of Japan and they show you a picture of like a shrine or a temple, it's the picture of the Sensoji Temple with that giant red paper lantern in the middle, and there's a giant like pagoda in the distance, and then obviously the main temple. Maricart. Oh, rest in peace, Maricart. So what that is, it's a service where they put you on little go-karts, and they take you around the city. They take you through Akihabara, they take you through Shinjuku and Narita, and they take you to the famous Shinjuku crossing. We went through some residential neighborhoods, which was very nice, very peaceful. Our hotel was called the Hanabi Hotel in Shinjuku, and it was super nice. With it was very small. It was about the size of my room, and they had tatami floor mats, and they provided these futons. I could live on a futon. If I could, I would get rid of my bed because it's huge and it's taking up a lot of space. Sleeping on a futon, we would play pranks on each other. One of my friends, Mark, he snores so loud, and I was every night super tempted to just kick him. He's always the last one to wake up, and so once we're all ready, we like stack our futons on top of him, and even then he wouldn't wake up. But it was such a pleasure going to Japan. McDonald's, Oh my gosh, I hate McDonald's. They had 30-piece chicken nuggets and a drink for like $4. The deals for Japan were insane, and they had Melon Fanta. Melon Fanta is the best drink, soft drink I've ever had. We don't have it over here in the United States. Japan is definitely going to be a trip I'm going to try to take every 2 years, save my money, and it's definitely an experience that I'll never forget, and I can't wait to go back. Next, what did I do after? Oh, Anime Expo. I think it was like update video number 3 or something like that, where I had just come back from Anime Expo. This is the same thing. The best part of Anime Expo is Artist Alley, where you get to go see a bunch of artists set up and display their work, and you can purchase some of their prints, which I go ham on. It's something that I want to try to get into, hopefully next year, with my buddy Anthony. You guys know Anthony.
Get that buster in.
Yeah, dude.
This is fun.
Yeah, this guy was saying he helps out in a bunch of earlier of my videos. He was a big asset to like help start the channel, but he's an artist as well, and we're thinking of like splitting a booth. So Anime Expo next year, look for us if we end up doing it. I'll put out a notification or something. Next is EVO. Oh my god, it was so super cool. It was my first EVO I attended personally. I've always watched it through streams. I've always watched Smash Melee finals, Smash 4 finals, and Street Fighter finals. Those are the three games that I would watch like through streams. But this time I got to go. I didn't compete, but next year for sure I'm competing. So this year my buddy Anthony, his youngest brother, was competing. So he entered Dragon Ball Fighter, Street Fighter, Melee, and Smash 4. He did so freaking well, which inspired me to like honestly like step up my game. He did really well in fighters. He moved out of pools from day 1 and went on to day 2. Street Fighter, he did really well, but simple mistakes cost him a set. And one of the clutchest moments I've ever seen is to like, and what adds to this moment was that I was there to experience it personally. He was so in Dragon Ball Fighters, he was down to his last character. He was playing Trunks versus I think it was Android 16. I guess Android 16 dropped his combos, and he was able to come back with a teleport and burning attack. The burning attack didn't kill him, but it was just a dumb crouching slide, which took him out, and their health was like super low. So it came down to a jab, and but yeah, it was super hype. I was super proud of him. And he inspired me to like honestly like buckle down. So I want to enter into Street Fighter 5, Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear is one of those, it's a 4-button game, and it's one of those games that you feel so cool executing combos because of the you can buffer moves. Not like Street Fighter where you can't mash because you actually have to time in your combos. But that's what I've been doing. I've been like learning frame data. I've been learning moves and combos and like the differences of games. I have my like main fighting games here next to me that I've been just practicing, popping in back and forth. Guilty Gear, I feel like I have a good chance to move out of pools. Street Fighter, I still need a lot of work. And then I'm gonna enter in Smash Ultimate. 2 rounds. We got online twice to play. It was we did 1-on-1, and then we did 4-player free for all, or teams. It was a 4-player team. I got bodied, and yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Definitely going again next year. So now, talking about the future of the channel, that's what I've been doing this past year. It feels like a year. It's only been like 10 months. It's a year. It's been a year. I do want to start doing videos again. I really do. But with work, I want to focus more on what the channel's been doing so far. Games that I want to talk about. Hidden gems. There's a lot of things that I have a bunch of games. I have no shortage of games that I can talk about. RPGs obviously take the longest to review. Platformers, I've been a platformer player for years, and so those videos obviously take me the least amount of time. Zelda games. I've only done 1 Zelda game on my channel. For being such a huge Zelda fan, and the whole theme of my channel is Zelda, I've only done 1 Zelda game. I need to do more Zelda games. I'm gonna be uploading at my own pace. I'm gonna be doing videos where I feel I have time to put it, because I haven't had any time this year. I don't want to put out a video that feels rushed. I don't want to put out a video. I look back at my old videos and I'm like, man, I wrote that joke, or man, I was these cinematography, like that's me. And that's what I want from my own videos. I do videos because I want to impress myself. I'm the only one I really care about impressing. Like I know I've had a lot of you support my channel, say, wow, it's such a shame that you're such an underrated YouTuber and not a lot of people are subscribed to you. You deserve all these subscribers, and that's super, super encouraging to know that people really appreciate my work. And I'm not taking that for granted, but the person that I want to impress the most is myself. And if I do impress myself, if I am satisfied with my own work, then I've done my job, and I can leave something behind that if tastes in the future change, if fads change in the future, and all of a sudden my videos become like, wow, I can't believe he did these kind of videos back then, I still want to be able to look back on them and be like, wow, I did these kind of videos back then, and I'm super proud of them. So I'm gonna be doing videos still, just at my own pace. All I really cared about was bringing to light games that I played when I was younger, great games from my childhood. I wanted to bring to light and like showcase some hidden gems that I've found throughout my growing up as a gamer. And that's the main reason I started the channel. But then obviously you start thinking about, oh, I mean, I'm gaining some kind of traction. I should start focusing more on the financial part of YouTube, trying to make money off of it. And YouTube as a platform now doesn't really support small YouTubers such as myself. They tend to get buried under like the bigger stars or the more established influencers on the platform. And I feel the related videos on my channel are like toy channels or like unboxing channels, and it's like, well, this doesn't really have any relation to like what my channel is about. So obviously I'm just like at the very bottom of the food chain right now, and so that's not my focus. My focus is always going to be talking about games that I love, talking about games that I feel it deserve more exposure. And so with that in mind, ties back into the fact that I do want to do games at my own pace. My jokes could be as lame as possible, my acting could be terrible. I just want people to know and get the information as best as I can articulate to them about the game. And so that's always been my main focus. What I have planned in the future, maybe a new segment. I still want to do my traditional strong videos where I've got skits interlaced with gameplay, talking about the game, and obviously my own opinions on how I feel about the game. Videos like this where I get to just rant off the cuff and just talk about things for like an hour or so. I want to do a segment like that too. Video game pickups, I don't know. I might do one more video of video game pickups just to like catch up what I've collected throughout the years. I feel like once you've started YouTube, you really can't forget about it, because I've had so much fun the past 2 years. I think I've been on the platform. The past 2 years, I've had a ton of fun just going out in the freaking woods and behind my house, doing that Zelda video, going up the mountain to like climb some rocks, getting in the wash. That was a ton of fun. And then just random like parts like in my bouncer video where I just jumped in the car and was like contemplating what life really was, because the game was so bad, the voice acting was garbage, and just contemplating life. And the little details that I put, like I put them there for me so I can appreciate them. As like, oh wow, I remember when I had some song playing in the background of like a specific game or whatever, and then I was like, oh yeah, I remember I used to like playing that game, and then I'll just go back to play that game and be like, oh, this could be a new video. But yeah, I'm still interested. I still have that tiny little spark of interest to keep doing YouTube videos, but maybe just at my own pace now. And then what else have I written down here? That's it. That's all I can think of to update you guys. I want to thank you guys for all this, all of you that have stayed subscribed to me. For whatever reason, I gained like 1 or 2 new subscribers over the past 10 months. I guess my videos are actually reaching some people, which is heartwarming, and it's good to know. But besides that, I want to thank you all for sticking with me this past year. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Where the heck did you put my game?